Hi. Hello. Happy Saturday. Feeling good?
Hello.
Jay's feeling good. Welcome to episode 5 of Avatar Reclamations. We are currently in the middle of a non-copyrighted Ultimate Beast Tamer obstacle course challenge in the middle of a festival between all four nations. If you missed the first part to that, VODs are up on YouTube, I believe. Yes? Duh? Okay. But yeah, let's get started with introducing the cast and myself. Hi, I'm Riley. I ostensibly facilitate this game, hopefully to a competent degree that everyone finds good. And I do things on places and stuff. Jay, would you like to go next?
Sure. Hello, everybody. My name is Jay. I use they, them pronouns, and today I'm playing Choyu. Oh, God. Sorry, this sound is coming through. No, mute Twitch, go away. Okay, it's fine. Oh, shoot. Well, I'm playing Choyu, and their playbook is the icon. They use they, he, and I'm on Twitter at Nalawu. Ellis.
Hi, my name's Ellis Smith. I use they, them pronouns, and today I am playing Shotza, the hammer. Not a nickname, but it is their playbook. Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Hekvetica, Hekvetica, where I talk about tabletop role-playing games and general just like design stuff. And I will toss it over to Chris. Go for it.
Hello, my name's Chris or Christiana. I use she, her pronouns, and you can find me on Twitter or Instagram at Carpe Christie. I'm playing Satya, who is the idealist. She also uses she, her pronouns, and she likes to stab things, but hasn't really done that a lot. Go ahead, Maya.
Hello, my name is Maya. I use she, her pronouns. I am playing Ji-young, who also uses she, her pronouns. Ji-young is the Guardian playbook. She's big and she's buff, and I personally am in love with her. I don't know. You can find me on Twitter at Anxious Maya or Twitch, also at Anxious Maya. And if you like Critical Role, then you can find me posting dumb Critical Role stuff on at Crit Role Memes on Twitter or Critical Role Memes on Instagram. That's me. Whoop. Who hasn't gone yet? Nikki? Yeah.
Sorry, I got distracted because my command for Maya wasn't working, so I gotta look into what that's about. I'm Nikki. I am co-creator here at TRPG. Let me see if this works. Yeah, okay. If we get to 25 subscriptions, so I think we need 19 more to hit that 25 mark. By the end of today, which I don't know is going to happen, so I might extend that out to just when we hit 25 subs, I'm going to play I Love You, Colonel Sanders on stream. That is a dating sim where you date Colonel Sanders, the hunky Colonel Sanders. So, super excited for that. So please, please subscribe because I haven't romanced a man in a long time and it's time. So sub to our channel.
Okay.
Incredible.
Fantastic. Outstanding. Now that we're all reacquainted with chat and reintroduced for the 5th time to go, let me quickly descend into character.
We just got 5 subs. Okay.
Woo! Thank you, Minstrel's Tale, for gifting 5. That's so nice.
Thank you, Momo.
Thank you so much. Oh my goodness.
Who's
Alright,
good
now
at
I have
math?
to-
Now we need 14 more?
Yeah.
14?
Yeah. 19
Cool.
minus 5 is 14.
Yeah, math.
I
Let's
don't know about
go.
y'all, but I'm bad at small maths like that.
I'm so bad at math.
Take me to the Avatar game, please. Just get in character, Riley. I believe in you. No more interruptions. Let's go to the land.
The land.
All right, the land. We see the land. We see the rolling river. We see the mountains near Amashu. We see the cave entrance to the Cave of Two Lovers, and we see crowds gathered, lining it, rows and rows of stalls, of platforms, of people interacting with one another. Firebenders having miniature Agni Kais on the right-hand side of the festival in a ring, earthbenders bending against one another, waterbenders, all fun and games, no mortal peril, nothing to be seen here. But where the real mortal peril lies, we pan over hard to the left side of the festival immediately. A gigantic obstacle course stands in front of it. A man, very old, yet very swolled, some might say, stands there addressing a raucous crowd of onlookers. Welcome back to Ultimate Beast Tamer! In level 1, our competitors got to know the beast. Some soared high, and you see like a couple reenactors reenact some of the stunts with heavy assistance and suspension that Cho Yu had done. And then you see a couple more begin to get into it. And some failed and were eaten. And then you see someone reenact a very unfortunate fall in the first obstacle that definitely was nobody's fault, that was not associated with this party. But then it gets to the third portion of the course. But now, after elimination, and even more eliminations, we have 4 contenders. In 4th place, the Boulder. And it's the Boulder flexing on the sidelines. And he just very quietly in the distance just says, the Boulder is going to win this. Very like fighter style. In 3rd place, with 80 points, Shozo.
Hey, hi. Hey, did you see this? Look at this.
Junsho's like screaming at the top of her fucking lungs, just like,
Yeah.
ah!
Shoza points at Junsho. That's my identical twin. Right on.
Audience does a hard double take between the two of you. Question marks erupt between everybody's head. In 2nd place, with an astounding 110 points, G! And you just hear the crowd, G!
Satya's actively crowd surfing at this point.
Hell yeah. And then the announcer goes quiet for a second, just letting the G love sort of spread and playing it up a little bit, like encouraging it. After that finally fades, he gets real serious. And in an astounding, monarchical, royal domination, the Prince! Crowd goes wild for Cho Yu.
They are standing there and just like waving at everyone like, hi.
I imagine a little courtly, like the elbow,
yes.
wrist. Yeah.
Yes. And I'm still wearing Satya's clothes. It's a great time.
Fantastic. Now, it is time for the final 2 to be chosen. Yes.
Oh, how many points do I have?
160 points.
What?
160.
Okay, cool. Thank
160. All right. And he explains the pyramid of bending. And at the end of this thing, behind the beast is this pyramidal. We're making up words here today that don't exist. Pyramid-like portion of the obstacle course. First, competitors will need to hop on the ejector of doom. And you see a treadmill moving towards the end of it. The line is the first obstacle. If they manage to keep their footing and jump off the end, they will have to grab the handhold and go through Prism Strike. And you see that there's a handhold at the end of it, 2 handholds, and you have to go around a track suspended. And if they can make it to there, then they go through the descending coil crawl. And a very tall and very strong looking water tribe woman just chimes in. That's right. If they make it to the coil crawl and you see 3 circles with bars between them connecting, suspended, if they make it to coil crawl, they will have to get through that as quick as they can because it will start descending into the blood of the beast. And past that, you see a series of hanging singular grips, like enough for 2, but also like handhold grips, sort of like monkey bars, but not only suspended individually. And she continues by saying, if they make it to there, they'll have to get to Hangman. Each of these grips will retract when it is pulled away, so they will need to quickly adjust and not be able to move back. Only forward progress allowed. Those grips will be a true test of talent, and if they are able to make it to the very end, they will get onto the climbing wall. And Tamea, the woman, just sort of says, not the most intimidating sounding name until you realize, and you see the grips on this climbing wall at the end begin to pop out of it. With that, we take our first contestant to attempt the course, the boulder. You see the boulder step onto the ejector, and he sort of does this little reverse run thing so that he can stay in place. And he eventually just sort of like gives a little boulder flexes and then turns around, and it begins rapidly moving him to the end of the platform, where he takes a very dainty jump given his frame, and he makes the grip and holds on. And you see his forearms are just like tense and pounding, and he's going very quickly along that track, very quickly. And he makes it to coil crawl. He gets into coil crawl. Yes, this round is the Pyramid of Doom. And the boulder is able to make it into coil crawl. And Tamea just starts, it seems he's having some trouble. And the boulder is too bulky for this. Like, this is sort of a thing where you're supposed to climb very quickly and be very agile. And the boulder sinks like a stone into the earth. And the boulder just kind of quietly sinks into the water below. It's very extremely anticlimactic. Having made it all the way to coil crawl, the boulder now sits with 100 points. Crowd gives an appropriate and supportive applause. You hear cheers of Boulder. Boulder, Boulder. Like, loyalist fans of the underground Earthbending League are clearly here. Like, there's a lot of fangirls and fan guys as well who are like losing it over him going down so easily, but also doing the fan thing of, you can do it still, you're still in this, man. And then the announcer just says, and the boulder has been category eliminated by math. And everybody just kind of goes, oh, as 100 points is not enough to beat. Geez, 110. Up next, Shoza.
Shoza gives just kind of like tenses up their muscles and flexes more for themselves than for anyone. They say, okay.
Sometimes you got to do that self flex, Just-
Sometimes you got to flex the muscles on the inside. And they are going to begin this first roll.
All right. How about we rely on our skills and training?
Let's
can I just say that
do it.
Can I just say that when Shoza gets up, when they announce Shoza, that June shows at the edge of her seat and she's going, Shoza, Shoza, and she's looking around at everyone around her, like trying to make her meanest look of like, if you don't say Shoza, I'm gonna fight ya.
Shoza.
She is also joining in on this not in the crowd, but she's like, Shoza.
They're actually intimidated by G, not Jin Show.
Fair. Do you want to roll an intimidate?
I can try.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Let me roll my dice.
Can I give her the help action or something?
Yeah, of course.
What's a help action do?
I don't know. Wait, let me pull it up. I'm thinking of Dungeons and Dragons.
In this game, you can mark a fatigue, and then the other person gets a +1.
Okay, intimidate with passion. Okay.
I might not do it then because I think
don't
I need
mark
my
a
fatigue.
It's
I'm
fine,
sorry.
it's fine. No. Don't mark a fatigue. I rolled a 9.
Yeah, that's good.
Like maybe some sparks go off her hands as she's doing it, and that's a little scary.
Yeah, and you hear the crowd intimidated into cheering. Some of them further away, just cheering of their own accord. But there's a note of just Shoza. But overall, it's very positive, and that's going to give you a +1, Alice.
Yay!
So what's that first roll?
What am I adding to this focus? Ugh. Bullshit.
Everyone's favorite.
Okay, so that's going to even it out then. So let's see what we got. Oof. Yeah, no, I got a 6.
Do you want to describe how you flub it? Or would you leave it to me?
You can go for it.
When you step onto the track, it's a lot faster than you look at it and you see it and you see how quickly the track is like moving, but like until your foot connects with it, it doesn't really make sense how quick it actually is moving. And your right foot slips out from underneath you. I imagine Shoza is able to get back to their feet just in time to be at the edge and do sort of like that jump, really trying to catch. If you really want to push your luck, you can try for the bars.
Yeah, I think I can do that because that's with passion, which guess what? Shoza got a lot of. Okay. So this is going to be +2. So, yeah, that's a 7.
That's a 7, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Shoza enters the ejector. Oh no! Shoza's down! The crowd lets out a surprised, hysterical, no! Like very screamy. But they pull it back! And Shoza, in this leaping, like cat-like launch off of the very edge, like twinkle toesy style, is able to grab on with one hand onto the handholds, and it begins moving immediately. It's gonna cost you 1 fatigue to hang on the whole time. Okay.
That makes sense.
And that will also get your next hand up onto it and sort of steady your grip. And it's like, that one took a lot out of that arm.
Yeah. Okay.
And Shoza has made it to the coil crawl!
Oh,
you want to give me those skills and training, baby?
That goddamn coil crawl. It's a Catalina wine mixer.
The fucking Catalina wine mixer.
I got a 9.
Woo! All right. You are able to make it. I don't know why I'm saying this. Shoza's able to make it to the first coil crawl.
The +1 bonus, that was just for the previous roll, though, right?
That is
from the
correct.
crowd?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a 9. Oh yeah, I'm crawling.
So with that complete, Shoza is now in contention, and the crowd is now actually going wild. Shoza will have to make it through 2 more coil crawls in order to get to Hangman. Give me 2. If you succeed on the first, give me a second on that.
Okay.
Rely on skills.
Doop, 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 boop, boop. Yeah, no, that's a fucking 4.
Yikes! Shoza seems to be struggling. No, Shoza goes down to the second coil.
I just need G to fail
into the
miserably
blood of the
from the
beast.
first step.
Yeah, that's rough. That's rough, buddy. But with 130 points, Shoza is on the bubble for getting into the final 2 showdown.
Shoza like swims out of the blood and like dripping and like toweling themselves off. They walk up to
a hand is extended to you as you are doing so.
How strong is this hand?
Strong as a boulder.
Oh yeah, baby! Shoza reaches out and lets the boulder help them out.
The boulder was mightily impressed by how far you got on the course, given our roughly similar builds. And it is in that moment that you hear the boulder use "our" in reference to the boulder, which is not a thing the boulder typically does.
No. And Shoza just like staring at him, looks down at their own body. Similar build?
The boulder would love to get in a training with you at some point.
We could do that. We don't Shoza like kind of like looks back at the obstacle courses. We don't have to even do this. We could just, do you want to just go hang out somewhere or just arm wrestle maybe?
Let the boulder and you do so. And the boulder just claps you hard on the shoulder. And it's not down into the earth. It's just down straight on your face. Like just... Boulder seems to realize that was awkward, so the boulder assists in picking you up.
I think they're just gonna, they are heading off towards like, I mean, it's a whole fucking festival. There's probably like arm wrestling competitions or something.
There's
at least tables.
There's chairs. Yeah, for sure.
And they wave at June as they go. Oh my.
And now, she takes the obstacle course. It's time to face the beast.
Okay. Damn. All right, let's just do it.
I know. Just to let you know, you are at 110. Shoza is at 130.
Yes.
You have to make it to the coil crawl if you want a shot at the top.
Got it. All right. First roll is rely on your experience. Is that correct?
Rely on skills and training. Yeah.
That's it. Skills and training. Fantastic. Ayo, where the heck is my thing? There it is. Haha, focus. Okay, let's do this. Oh fuck. That's a 12.
Woo! Belly!
Using them long
and she wastes no time in getting onto the handhold. And the fucking coil crawl. The crowd goes nuts. People are losing their shit. There's one guy in the crowd who's just like loses his hat, frothing at the mouth. I'm not even going to make you roll for the first coil crawl.
Oh, fantastic.
12, like that's fantastic momentum. Do you want to make me another roll for getting through the other two?
Absolutely. Is that still rely on skills? Was that?
Yep,
Actually,
that's rely on
it is?
skills.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, that's a 10.
10's good enough. Yeah. You are moving the way you feel like you should have through this competition the whole time. Like, something about this has just, like, you've gotten in the flow. Like, it's like those first two things didn't even happen that quickly. And now that you're getting through Coil Crawl, you're like, whoa, okay, yeah, I'm here, I'm in it. And G has just broken the Princess score! Crowd goes wild. G is now at 160, looking to get on Hangman!
Ooh, Hangman. Okay, wait. I
Juncho
wrote
gets
down what
the
everything
cheer
was.
going again with Satya. Just,
Oh.
G, G,
G,
G,
G.
G.
Nobody needs to be intimidated for this. Everybody's chanting your name.
Hangman is the monkey bar looking one that
Yep.
retract. Okay,
Yep.
cool, fantastic. I'm just trying to picture this all. I'm having so much fun. Okay,
So,
is that? Yeah.
To give you a better idea, they're like triangular hand
Okay.
grips that you can get these two holds into, and they're each on ropes. So when you move to the next one, the moment you let go of the previous one, it leaves.
But I can like use it to swing.
Yes,
Okay,
you can use it to swing.
fantastic. Let's do that. Is that still skills and training, or is that passion?
I think if you're pushing your luck on this and trying to use swing momentum, that's passion. Yeah.
Come on, baby. Okay. Wow, that's good. That's a 8.
8?
It's passable.
That's passable. Yeah.
Well, a 6 and a 1. I got scared for a second.
Young is flying through the Temple of Doom! And you're just, it's like swing, grip. Like you do the momentum forward and back onto each of it. And you get
Those
about
Tarzan
Sorry, what?
vibes.
Yeah.
Sorry, keep going.
No, you're fine. You get about halfway through it when one point of fatigue kicks in.
Perfect.
Because, like, as the announcer says, now each handhold is this is pure upper body strength on the arms, and it is taking a toll. And you can feel your momentum just like slowing down because each grip is a reset. And you get about halfway through, and your momentum is almost gone. Do you want to push your luck and get through the rest?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
All right. Come on, passion. It's not my highest. Okay. That's a 4.
Yeah.
I rolled a 2 and a 1.
Ji-Young looks like she's struggling. Oh no! And like you're trying to get onto the next one, but the grip is just gone. Your hands are on fire. And you drop about like 30 feet into the water. You are high up there.
Can I like belly flop?
Yeah, you can pancake it. You can pancake it, absolutely.
I float there for a second and then I get up. Hey.
Ji-Young.
I imagine it.
Yeah, go on.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say. I imagine you're like floating face down.
Yeah, like
fucking
full dead fishing.
But then you spring up like
Ding. Kind of like wait.
There's a little sound effect.
Yeah,
that's exactly what I was picturing. Yeah.
Hell yeah, canon. While Ji-Young may have fallen prey to the temple's doom, they are now in first place! And you see the point painters have hastily scribbled a 200 onto the board next to your name. Yeah, people are losing their minds at this. An incredible run, the furthest anyone's gone, and Ji-Young and the Prince have secured the finals between them. But now it's time to see if royalty can compete. This is again, you're easily into the final with your score. Everything else here, frosting on the cake. You know what I mean?
I like to imagine there's like that banner and they're just like crossing out things with paint over and over again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just furiously.
Somebody very easily could have like bended the numbers. You know how it goes, like keep a tally or something. No. There's a lot of non-benders in this competition as well. And some of them are the point painters, and they are having a rough one of it.
The point painter.
What do you think the general public would start chanting for Chuyu? Because, like, I don't think they would call you Chuyu.
Maybe my last name.
I was
Young.
thinking that we might be going Yang.
Yeah, Yang. And just the chants of Yang. And some people throw in a Prince. Yeah. Yeah.
How's the magistrate doing in the box?
Magistrate has... That's actually a good question. We cut back to a flashback of Magistrate Pin watching specifically Cho Yu progress through all of this. At first, Magistrate Pin was very reserved and also kind of like, oh, I can't believe they're doing this competition. Like very, not affronted, but a little bit like hoity-toity, full of themselves. If any of you have seen The Legend of Korra, think Tenzin watching pro bending vibes. And definitely Magistrate Pin by the end of this is just like, yeah. Like hair is a mess. Like any pretense of officiality has been thrown out the window. The very normally reserved like Royals box has just been transformed into the same, if not greater, frothing madness that the rest of the crowd is experiencing.
I just like
they...
I picture like gripping the side of the box and then just that jumping up and down thing that cartoons do, you know, where like the front of them is not moving, but the back of them's bouncing up and down.
Yeah. Absolutely.
The whole box is just shaking.
Yeah, it's like shaking nearly off of its rafters. Like this thing could fall. It's got so much. Like this is a box of some of the biggest, most important people in the kingdom who are typically supposed to be very reserved and very withheld in themselves. And all of them are screaming like a wild pack of apes. Like it's animal noises. It's not even cheering at this point. It's speaking in tongues is what's occurring now. So, you want to give me that roll?
Yes. All right. Well, dice. Let's see what happens here.
Yeah.
Focus 9.
9 is good enough. You get through the ejector, you get onto the hand grips, and the princess to prison! And like at this point, it's almost impossible to make out what the announcer is saying because of how he talks, because of how much noise is being emanated from the crowd, because of the sounds of the obstacle course. It's all just in your ears.
Is there a band out here by any chance?
Should there be a band out here? I think there's a band out
like
here.
Some
yeah,
kind of like hype band. Like I think like I imagine like this obstacle course at this festival. I feel like it's a thing that comes back every year, right? I think, and if TVs existed, this thing would be broadcast. Like that's the vibes I'm getting.
And if it were being broadcast, the band's noises might sound something like
Yes, improvise a whole orchestra right now.
Yeah, it's great.
But I like to imagine that as Choyu's like going on this thing, they have somehow integrated. I don't even know if the Earth Kingdom has a national anthem, but if we did have one, they would integrate that into whatever song they're playing.
The Earth Kingdom does actually have a national anthem.
In
canon?
Oh, wow.
This is a quick tidbit of actual canonical lore. In the underground earthbending episode where we meet Toph in the original Avatar: The Last Airbender, there is, Ellis, correct me here, heels are bad guys in wrestling? who you're supposed to root against? Okay. There is a heel in the wrestling arena who is a nationalistic earthbender. And at the beginning of his set, he does sing the Earth Nation, the Earth Kingdom anthem as part of his like bit. And the crowd like hates him for it. Like this is actually in the anime itself. If you watch it,
I'll need to go find that.
It's so wonderfully cringe and like very. It's like, oh, Earth Queen, we bow to the Earth. Something like very operatic and like incredibly out of style.
I don't remember this at all.
It's a very brief moment. Yeah, it's a very brief moment from a bit character, but that is a canonical song within Avatar: The Last Airbender. Yeah. Sorry, not to complete.
I did put a poll in chat about who you think is going to win the obstacle course, so everyone vote.
Oh my god.
Hell yeah.
That's fantastic.
Is it gauche to vote for myself?
Hey, don't let your dreams be dreams, kid. You shoot your shot, you know?
Don't let your memes be dreams. Don't let your dreams be memes.
Yeah. Do you want... Sorry to completely diverge into Avatar Trivia Hour. Do you want to make me that skills and training roll?
Yeah, sure. Also, I'm surprised. The last round is actually Avatar Trivia. Me and Maya go...
Yeah, this entire thing has been thus far a show of strength, skill, agility, and fortitude. And then the final is just a buzzer beater question and answer thing. It's like Banjo-Kazooie in that way. It doesn't make sense. None of the skills you used previously come into play, and it's kind of weird. Yeah.
It's like in Survivor, where like they'll pull a challenge out of the left wing that doesn't have anything to do with anything else.
Yeah. And suddenly you're macrame. Like, who knows?
Dive underwater and weave a basket.
Yep.
Go. I got an 11.
11's good enough to get through the first 3 coil crawls. And you're much smaller in stature than, say, the boulder. And you're able to quickly, like, shimmy hand over hand along the bars to get through this. And the prince is on to Hangman!
And the hangman is what again?
Hangman's going to be, well, it can be done one of 2 ways. Typically, I would ask for skills and training because monkey bars. Maya opted to push her luck and just use swing momentum to skip a couple of those hand grips and get further.
I will note, G has a much larger wingspan than me.
That's true.
So I'm going to do it not like that because I don't think my arms are as long as they're definitely not as long. Holy fuck. 13.
Oh. That's very
fuck?
casual. While the prince may not have the wingspan of G, they are going at this challenge with strong will and determination. And you just hear from the box Magistrate Pin go, like complete, like unintelligible except show you. I think you probably did know Magistrate Pin from like old childhood, so him saying "show you" isn't out of vogue, but it's a little like you're not good enough. We're not quite okay.
Yeah, I imagine he strikes me as a very like I don't want to say a suck up, but like kind of a suck up to my parents.
Just a little brown on his nose. Yeah, just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
A little dab.
Small piece of dirt, from the earth.
Yeah, just teeny tiny.
Yeah.
Give me another skills and training.
How far can I go?
That's the question.
So that's a 7, 8, 9, 10. So part of the reason I'm doing so well is that one of the moves I chose gives me an extra in focus, so I have a +3 in focus all the time.
That would help you, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Just really focused. This was actually a part of the training to become the heir. I had to do
Yeah,
obstacle courses.
You had to do obstacle courses. What royal hasn't run through an obstacle course to sit on a throne? It just makes sense. It just makes sense. And the princess made it to the wall! And the crowd, like, I've used the word ballistic previously, but, like, this is, like, nuclear. Like, this is just, everybody is off their rockers. Everybody's going wild. Nobody's making sense. Like, it's just that massive screaming encouragement that you get from a wall of humans. Other people have come from different parts of the festival. Like, the festival itself, it has essentially stopped to mostly watch this event. People are waiting on the ground in the wings around the area. People are having to be like pushed back by security who are also trying to cheer. Like, everything is like coming to a standstill here.
I would say at this point, if there's a band, Satya has hijacked part of it. And she's got like a drumstick in one hand and like a trumpet type thing in the other, just like making so much noise, like banging the drumstick on something, if not a drum, definitely playing very, very loud, out of tune notes on the trumpet. And just adding.
At Satya's insistence, the band has stopped making what could reasonably be called music and is just pure noise at this point.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful. There's just overwhelming pounding noise in your head. I will need to push your luck on this wall.
On the wall, on the
wall.
That's passion.
Yes.
Passion. Oh, that's cocked. Okay, so the first one was a 2, and then the second dice was cocked, and I was like, oh, so maybe I won't... It rolled a 6, so that's 6, 7, 8, and then my passion's a 1 now, so 9.
Wow.
You are able...
The fuck? Dice!
The prince is climbing up the wall! And each of these grips, it's a climbing wall in the sense that it has those extended grips that come out of it. And you get about halfway up it, and the grip you have falls out of the wall. And so suddenly you're hanging by one arm, and the crowd, simultaneously, everybody just goes, and like, it's that gasp of just noiselessness, like no absolute noise to like everyone's holding their breath as you hang on and you let the grip loose and you're able to readjust. Like, this is your grip in this arm, and it's just flames that you can feel on your muscles as you just bring it back up and get a new grip and continue pushing upwards. Mark 2 fatigue, please.
Come here, pencil. Da, da, da.
And you're going to need to push your luck to get to the end.
So I rolled really good again, but I want to fall off. Can I fall off?
You can choose to fall off. What'd you get on the roll? I'm curious.
It was a 9 plus 1 is 10.
Okay.
I want to fall off this thing.
Okay.
And I'm picturing like on Wipeout, you know, like that one thing they have on Wipeout where there's a wall and there's a really thin, narrow thing to walk on this thing, but then the wall, like things will come out and try and punch you off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I get punched in the face?
Yeah, you can get punched in the face.
I think it's a combination of that, and also Choyu has realized how many people are here now, and I think that psychs them out as well.
That makes total sense. I think you will use the excuse. It's not a punch, but one of the grips above you will fall and you see it's going to hit you in the face. And you're just sort of internally, it's like, yep, hits you in the face. Crowd goes, oh, and you fall 60 feet from the suspended climbing wall into the drink. And
Can I do a cannonball?
Yeah, do you want to do a cannonball? Yeah.
Yeah, because like the chaos in me is like I want to do a flip, but I'm like that's not so you they wouldn't do a flip.
Yeah, and you cannonball your way into the drink. And if this was the thing to get rid of your foolishness condition, it absolutely is the thing to do it.
Okay. Goodbye, foolish. No more fools for you.
The prince almost made it to the end, but they have now secured 260 points!
Oh my god.
The crowd went from being horrified to disappointed to playful at your cannonball to tremendous applause. Just tremendous. People are sort of composing themselves now. The Royals box is like everybody's sort of doing the tucks and readjustments, and everybody is speaking the King's English again and not whatever they were just screaming out of their noses. And we will give our two competitors a momentary break before they proceed on to the final level.
I think when I rejoin G in wherever the area is, I'll just sit down next to her and just out of breath, and I'll say, where'd Shotza go?
Sorry? Shotza?
Shotza. Yeah.
So the boulder asked them on like an arm wrestling date potentially. Like I'm not really sure.
Cool. Okay, cool.
Can we briefly cut to that arm wrestling?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
1,000%.
okay. Just go ahead and give me a skills and training, please.
Now, see, here's the thing. Skills and training requires focus.
Yeah.
Which is not anything Shoza would ever use ever for kind of any reason.
Okay, so what's your alt? Pitch me the alt.
I've been looking at my moves here. Show me your moves.
Show me your moves.
Show me your moves.
Falco. No, I'm kidding.
Punch. So
and
I
then
do.
They devolved into melee ticks for 2 hours.
I do have a playbook move for smashing through walls and obstacles that switches the rely on your skills and training from focus to passion. So I don't think I'm terribly unjustified in switching to passion for this.
What's it called?
Walls Can't Hold Me in the Hammer playbook. Let's see. Because the thing is, like, rely on your skills and training. When you rely on your skills and training to overcome an obstacle, gain new insight, or perform a familiar custom, roll with focus. But it's like that none of that is how Shosa trains or overcomes obstacles or anything.
I won't give you walls can't hold me.
Sure.
Because it's literally through walls and other obstacles.
Yeah.
So unless you want to physically explode through the boulder and just sort of tear him apart, I'll give it to you then. But like, I don't want to take this into terrifying body horror territory. I will give you punch where it matters, though.
Okay, I could do that. Yeah. Where's my? Oh shit! I closed my dice roller like a dum-dum. Roll.
Don't you hate it when you close your dice?
Don't you hate it when you turn your dice off? Okay, so punch where it matters. When you assess a situation, you can always ask who or what here is most vulnerable to me, even on a miss. Okay, and then assess a situation. is creativity, so +1. Okay. Rolling the bones. Fuck me running. It's a 5, but I can still ask who or what here is most vulnerable to me.
You know that the boulder is first and foremost an earthbender. So there's a lot of core strength and a lot of showy muscle, but he's got bodybuilder muscle. He's got bodybuilder muscle.
Those things are just for show.
It's just it's the guns for the Suns, you know. He's not bringing to actually do artillery with it. It's all part of the persona. So you think if you can get him real quick on it, you can probably just do this.
Doesn't have any endurance, yeah.
Do the old jerk slam, you know? Yeah.
Okay.
And I will give you a push your luck on that, even. Not even a skills and training.
Okay. Let's see. Push your luck. Say what you want to do and roll with passion on a hit. You do it, but it costs you to scrape by. The GM. I mean, fucking Shaza's gonna full on like Midoriya this, like, oh, if it blows up my arm, I don't care, but I'm gonna fucking win this. So this is an obstacle course is fun. Shaza very much entered into it to show you to do it, because Shaza is like strong as fuck, but they're not graceful at all or balanced. This is Shaza's shit. And it's also against one of their heroes. And some people are like, oh my God, like I love like my hero and I want to hang out with him. And Shoza's like, oh my God, I'm a hero. I want to break them. I want to prove that I'm strong enough to break them. Because that's Shoza's just whole mindset. So push your luck, plus creativity, and then +1 from the whatchamacallit, the punch where it matters. Okay, so we're rolling with a +3 here. I'm gonna break the boulder. Let's do it. Holy shit!
What'd you get?
Oh my God! All told, a 14.
Hell yeah!
all of I want to contextualize what we've done here really quick, because that is incredible, number one, and I'm gonna give it to you.
Yeah, that's fucking wild.
But the entire sequence, the interactions we just had, the two roles are talking about things, everything that we were doing, all was for a smash cut, and this is amazing and incredible, and I want to acknowledge that. Yeah. But how it happens in scene is very simple. Shoyu and G said, "Where's Shoza?" And G says, "Oh, off on a arm wrestling date with the boulder." Smash cut to Shoza and the boulder, grips locked, and then Shoza just goes and pummels the boulder's fist through the table and actually breaks it.
Yeah, exactly like how he does with like patting people into the ground. I think they're also like, they have a small crowd of like the Boulders fans have now come over from the thing to watch this,
and you see all of them just go like this is very minimalistically animated. I think this occurred. Like it's very much crowd stands there intently watching. Shows a hold, boulder hold, jerk, crash, one motion, and then the crowd just goes, what?
Perfect.
And then it's the smash cut back to G and show like that. That's the scene. Like where's Shoza? That's Shoza having like an epic anime moment and just destroying the boulder in like 4 frames of animation. Does anybody else want to do resting things, or do we want to hop into this final?
I'm good to hop in. How are you feeling, Jay?
I'm good unless Satya or Junsho have anything to say.
Yes.
June shows wherever shows it is. So like when she saw that they fell and then were picked up by the boulder, she knew that she needed to be there for that because Shoza would be too excited, and she wants to like be supportive. And so when the boulder's hand goes through the table, she's like, "Yeah!"
All of these hype faces in the small crowd gathered around, and they all go, "Whoa!" And yours just goes, "Yeah!"
Yeah.
80s style, like jump freeze frame.
Yeah, in the middle
Yeah.
of all of it. Hell yeah.
Satya has commandeered a snare drum with like the neck strap,
Yeah.
and is like playing, like riling up the crowd and doing those different things where like she like has a really soft drum roll going on, and then it gets louder and louder, and the crowd is supposed to like get louder with it, like they do at football games and stuff.
Yes.
So she's just like going to different parts of the crowd and just fully engaging. She is hyped up, makeup
I like to
smudge,
imagine.
sweaty as fuck, just hype.
I like to imagine that periodically throughout this, as Satya's gaining, or like just every time the camera cuts to her, she's got a different instrument, and Choyu's
Yeah.
just like thinking in their head. So in 5 years, Satya learned to play all these instruments.
That is the most head ass take you could have, and I love it. Like wow. I love that. I love that interpretation.
After Shoza wins, Junsho runs over and like hops on their back like one of those like back hugs, and it's like, "I told you you could push somebody in the ground. I told you!" Like in their ear.
Shoza definitely is just like cackling with joy, like literally, like Shoza, like 100%, like is like not a bad winner, but like is unabashed when they win something about how fucking happy they are.
Yeah,
and
they pop off.
Yeah, 100%. And they're basically doing sparkle fingers, where they spark bend out of their fingers, and they make the bending motion for it by like striking their fingers together, and they're just like.
This visual of you doing that and Junsho like hanging on.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Just like hanging on for dear life as they're running around excitedly.
Oh god, I love the chaos that
It's my birthday.
Oh
good
no!
Callback, Jay. Good job.
Good callback. Yeah. Oh my god. This is a reminder, if you haven't seen the VODs, they're a lot of fun. Each session has been super fun, so hit up the YouTube. I need to watch them. God. Okay. It's the final screen. It's the final level. We are going into the championship. To enter, one will leave. And then Tamea, the water tribe woman, turns to the crowd and gestures broadly at this gigantic 80-foot climbing tower. Competitors still will accrue points on each of these levels, but it is a matter of who gets furthest to the top. For each completion done, they will score 20 points each. It begins with Ricochet. The two competitors must navigate back and forth between two walls. Basically, you're Mario jumping between walls for the first part of the climbing wall. Then that goes into full tilt, where G and the Prince must scale 5 blocks with handholds that tilt down with their weight as they grab them. So blocks going along both sides. You're both sort of on parallel tracks, if this makes sense. And it's 5 grips, but each time you shift your weight to the new grip, it drops. So each grip is a drop. That's a lot of endurance that gets taken off. Then each competitor will need to be taken up the motherboard. And that name doesn't really make sense, so I'm going to call it peg stop. I don't know. Basically, it's a lot of circular holes, and you need to take a peg and put it into those holes and climb up with it.
Oh,
hole
that
to hole.
hard.
Yeah.
I've seen that. That's so difficult.
It's so difficult. Yeah, and it kills your upper arms. Once competitors have made it that far, then they'll be on to skyhook, where you take 2 loops of leather and loop them around hooks in the air and progress that way. Again, a lot of upper arm strength is involved in that one because you're hanging on a hand grip that you have to move. And finally, the competitors will have to make it through the ventilator. And this is just a narrow vertical crevice that you can't jump between the 2 points. You have to like squishy your way up. Exactly.
It's like shimmying up the wall, yeah.
It's like shimmying
I used to climb up door
chimney.
frames when I was a kid like that.
That's exactly what it is.
too.
Yeah.
All the
That's
time.
exactly the motion. I'm glad you two are pros at this. I
Same
appreciate that.
childhood. Same
Yeah.
childhood.
Same childhood.
I
My
still
parents
did
were
that
always so
up until
concerned.
college. Like it was like my
No,
party
me too.
trick.
Like when I moved into my first dorm in freshman year of college, I was like, hey guys, look what I can do. And I climbed up the hallway and they were like, get down. What? We just met you.
That's
We
the most
just-
When I first
freshman
moved
energy
into my-
thing. I love that.
When I first moved into my dorm, my roommates and I were like, because we had this extra sheet, we were like, oh, if I sit in this sheet, could you pull, they pulled me down the hallway in the sheet, and there's videos of it. I'll share it in our chat after. It's really funny.
Oh my god.
I didn't think it would work.
Why do they just allow kids to go to college and just do shit? Like, I don't know. It's great though.
College.
No
College.
guns, no rules.
Yeah, no, literally. God.
Sorry, getting back to the very serious competition we're here
Oh
for.
yeah, very
Oh,
serious
yeah, oh, yeah.
game.
And if they make it up ventilator, they can hit the final point thruster for 200 points. So if any of you make it up there, it's essentially a guaranteed thing.
I think at this point, like, you can tell me if I'm wrong, Ellis, but I feel like Shoza and Junjo are back at this point and have joined Satya in, like, the marching band and are just, like, the light show of the marching band.
Oh,
just,
yeah.
like, sparks flying, like...
100%.
We love
When
our
I
FX
was
artists.
in Avatar, my twin they took me to the festival to see Satya's marching band. Sorry, not sorry. Yeah, so y'all are joined with Satya and the band. Noise is being created. All of the competitors, even the boulder, is in a semicircle around the starting area. This is for all the peanuts. So, will you two, peanuts with a T, Ellis. Jesus Christ. Yep. This is for
Penis?
all the marbles. Yeah, this is for all the penis. Could you please give me skills and training on that ricochet? Unless I see an unless bering with you, Jay? Or are you just rolling?
Sorry, I'm trying to get a clip.
That's what that face is. I was like, unless
They're very busy. Listen. They make like all
I'm
the
I'm
clips.
preoccupied, you guys.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I
sorry
still
that
can't clip after
No,
the
no, no, no,
fact, so I
no.
have to clip during the stream.
It's entirely my fault. I didn't mean for our game to interrupt your Twitch clipping. That's totally on me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Mea culpa.
I think we all forgive you. I got a
Okay,
7.
what are we rolling?
We're
7.
rolling skills
Skills and training, yes.
Ah,
7's going to be enough. Okay.
It's not what I wanted. We'll
I
take it.
also got a 7.
Hello.
Okay. Hello?
Hello?
Sorry. I got excited.
All right. Both G and the Prince are into Ricochet. And they seem to be struggling a little bit, but they've got a rhythm to it, and they're getting up it now. And you both are, yeah. What's up?
Because we're going on this together at the same time, right?
Yeah.
I like to imagine we're
You
like
both have your
processing-
separate tracks, though.
Oh, separate things. Okay, never mind. Okay,
Don't
cool.
worry, I should have specified that. It was a really cool idea, though. Yeah. You know what? It's a cool enough idea. Let's have that be canon. The first one is a shared track, and then it splits off. And you two are just sort of like spider monkeying between each 2 points, trying not to collide into one another. And you're able to make it up to the top of the obstacle, which essentially functions as a platform to get onto full tilt. Please, another skills, if you will.
11.
14.
Woo!
Sorry, for a second I couldn't do basic math. I rolled 2 6s and I got really overwhelmed.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right. Tamea just at this point says, well, it seems that the prince's small wingspan is really coming into factoring out their momentum, because Ji Young is cruising through the full tilt. And there's 2 handholds on each of these as you drop, but you're just like, one, swing, next one, swing, next one, swing. And like Cho Yu is going the pace, like doing the proper crawl over, but it's like nothing but air for you. And Ji Young has made it to the pegsticle. I don't know what to call this still. It's the pegging board, but that seems weird. Anyways,
Sorry.
I'll let you do the first skills and training. And show you'll get there, but it's going to take a second. So please give me that roll now.
Yes, ma'am. Oh no. Okay, no, that's all right. 7.
7? Okay, 7's okay.
I rolled a 1 now. Every time I roll a 1, I get scared.
Same.
Yeah.
7. So you're able to start taking each peg and start putting it in the hole. And there's a little, like, it's a platform, but it's just so you can stand at the bottom and just enough room for your feet. And as soon as you begin climbing it up and putting the pegs in the board, you just feel that heat on your arms begin. Like, in everything else, you had just been using adrenaline to get you through all of this competition, and the reservoir is just dry at this point. It you know how like it builds after a bit? It's just immediate, like, oh no. And you do that little like arm thing. I'm gonna need you to take a fatigue on this one. Show you has made it to the board. Can you give me your roll?
Absolutely.
And Ji Young seems to be struggling. The heat of the competition may have caught up.
13.
And Joey and the prince soars through the board. This is where your height actually is an advantage. Shorter gaps. So it's just like you're just doing this sort of like jaunty peg motion while like G is like trying to go for the big grabs. And I need you to make a push your luck here if you want to continue, Maya.
Come on, my beautiful, sexy dice. Okay, I'll take. That's a 7.
7, huh?
Huh.
Okay.
Aw.
It hits, but at what cost?
Oh no.
You can. How much fatigue are you at right now, by the way?
I only have 1 left.
Oh no.
I will
A reminder,
fully...
full fatigue just gives you a condition. It doesn't knock you out.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll take it. I don't know.
Okay.
I will go with your ruling.
What is it? Just those conditions that are on page 16?
Yeah, it's the ones on the sheet. So there's afraid, angry, foolish, guilty, and insecure.
Interesting.
And
Okay.
each of them give you negatives to certain moves.
Okay.
Sorry, go.
No, that's okay. I'm trying to see which.
idea.
Yeah, go ahead.
For how this could work if I'm gonna get another point of fatigue.
Yes. So the exchange. The exchange I'm going to offer is you can take a point of fatigue, or fall and crash back down to that platform, and you'll be able to but it will either your progress will reset, or you can stay and push it, but it will cost you that fatigue point.
I think I'm gonna take the fatigue.
Okay.
I feel like that's what you would do.
Yeah.
So I take the fatigue, then I have all 5 fatigue marked, and then I take a condition. Correct?
Yeah, so you clear the fatigue, and then you mark a condition.
Reading it, you mark the 5th fatigue, and now after this, if anything requires you to mark a fatigue, then you take the condition. You don't take a condition right now.
Fantastic. Good to know. I have an idea of which condition I want to take, and it's going to be spicy. Let's do this.
Which condition is it?
I'm thinking insecure.
That is actually what I was going to say. Also, what are your 2 principles on this?
Self-reliance and trust.
Mark 1 to self-reliance.
Yes, ma'am.
This is the first principle shift we'll properly have this game. Your center is not shifting. Your balance has shifted 1 point towards self-reliance. Because this is G coming out of the shell and being like, no, I can do this.
Yep.
And you're a little insecure. You're on limited footing, but you're like, no, I'm going to push it. We're going to make it. And
this is her thing. It's got to be her thing.
That's her thing. God damn you, Ellis, in our chat.
What? Okay. You know what? If we keep making pegging jokes, I'm going to start crying. I'm just warning you.
Oh my God.
This is what you get for streaming with a bunch of queers. I'm sorry.
This is our gay polycule Avatar: The Last Airbender game where we say fucking pegging.
Yay!
So yeah,
I'm having fantastic time. I'm gonna be real.
Can we make it canon then that this thing is called Peg Mountain?
Yeah, it's Peg Mountain.
Actually, yeah, that's
it's
hilarious.
Peg Mountain. Let's just canonize the shit out of it. Peg Mountain it is. And both competitors have made it through Peg Mountain! Oh, man.
I'm going to pass out in real life.
They passed through Peg Mountain, relatively unscathed by the pegs on the board. And now they're on to Skyhook. You wanted this. You did this. This is what this is now.
I say this is, I think this is all Jay's fault. Respectfully?
It's not just my fault.
Oh, I'm pointing fingers at Ellis, too, at the very least.
This is fair.
Ellis started it, mishearing penis.
Mr. Meeseeks, well, he wrote me into this. Well, I didn't do it. He wrote me into this.
What's next on the wall?
Yeah, next on the wall is Skyhook. So this is again a rely on your skills and training check. Please. I don't know why I said please like that. We're having a weird one today, folks.
11.
11. Okay. Hey, Maya, what's that face mean?
6.
Yikes. I'll give you one push your luck
Okay.
to save it.
Okay. Where did that go? Holy shit, that's worse. 4?
Oh
I rolled a 1 and a 2.
G.
G, and Prince. It weirdly starts sounding like Prince G, like just the way that the crowd is like chanting it. You're able to begin very slowly placing each skyhook on its thing, and G
wiped out. No, I mean not like fell. Maybe I fell, but like exhausted.
Exhausted. The tank is at 0. It's beyond fumes at this point. This is the fumes of fumes. You go for that first skyhook, and you shift your balance off of the top platform, and you reach for the second. It slips the corner edge, follows through, and just in that second, you're like, maybe if I just lurch up and jump the hook with my right hand, I might be able to catch it. And it does not land. And you plummet 40 feet into the blood of the beast.
I do a pancake, but on my back this time.
Yep.
Just as painful, different side. I'm getting a good tan.
Everybody chanting stops. It's just, oh! And like people scream as you're falling. It's very like no, like everybody's like gut wrenched at this. Yeah, Comrade G, the blue collar pancake, has fallen.
I think G, if possible, I think G would just float there and just watch, like looking up to like if she can see Cho-Yu. Just like,
you can see Cho-Yu, and Cho-Yu, you can see that G just like gone, like was there 1 second, 40 feet down as a pancake the next. Both of the commentators audibly gasp, oh, that's a rough fall. But G is not eliminated, unlike other levels. If she can get back up there, she can continue getting points.
She hears that, wasn't aware of that, and gets the fuck back up. Starts moving.
Yep.
Like, it's like she's like flat and then she's like doing.
Yeah. Jay, I need you to make me a push your luck. And G, I also need Maya. I need you to do that too. Character names, real names. Ugh.
Aha! I have done poorly!
I got a 6 also!
I rolled 2 1s!
Yay!
Plus 1, 3!
Yay!
We're tired.
Oh boy. I'll give you the deal that I gave. I'll give you the deal that I gave Maya. You can roll another push your luck to try and save it.
For the interest of spice, I don't think I will.
Okay. All right. Then it's... this isn't a miss. You've been doing well on this. This is just much similar to G. You've just been propelled by otherworldly forces that seem to work off of luck and as if they're die rolls that just have gone well in your favor.
2 1s
and
right there.
This is where the luck runs out. This is where all of a sudden every ache, soreness, pain that has been ignored by the ignition of your momentum just is like you feel arms spaghetti, knees weak, like no vomit on your sweater already, but the 40-foot drop takes it out of you as well. All right. Both competitors. Oh, gee, what'd you get?
I got a 6.
Got a
Which is
6.
Failure, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's failure. You're trying to like capture the same momentum you had. You can't even do the first jump into it.
I was gonna say, I think like narratively it would be her getting stuck like right at the bottom.
Yeah, that seems appropriate to me too. And you hear the commentators just say, both competitors, time is running out. There's only a minute left on the board, and whoever is highest will win. If G is able to make it back to their position, there's a chance they could tie it up.
So did Choyu fall all the way to the blood, or did Choyu fall to the platform? Okay.
All the way to the blood. So
Yes. So like I was in the same spot as you were. Like I was just about to ask, like I think G got up and was trying to go back around to start again, and just as Cho Yu fell, and I think they're gonna get up and also try and like just following you.
yeah,
I think if Choyu fell like right after G started getting up and moving again, she might have actually stopped to like help you up. And
Aww.
applause from the crowd. You love to see the spirit of friendship amongst competition.
friends.
Yeah.
Just friends. And I think the two of us like walk around together and
We're both like
start
slogging
again.
it, like, oh
Yeah, we're so tired.
Yeah. Final minute. If you want to push your luck, you can. Whoever is higher at the end of this will have more points.
I have a really dumb logistical question.
I have a really hopefully helpful logistical answer, so shoot.
Whoever's higher, if neither of us climb, would G win because she's taller? Because if so, I'm gonna put Choyu on my shoulders. Like, I don't know what's going on. That feels rude.
That is. I actually don't know. Oh, I do know how this would be resolved.
Did I kill Jay?
And the commentator, Jay's dead. Long live Jay.
Yeah. Never forgotten.
The commentators would
Who
note.
knew your character height would give you a mechanical advantage?
Both commentators will say, if neither competitor is able to make it up and hang on the wall, we will go to a sudden death competition.
Oh no. I think G's gonna look at Choyu, and just try to gauge like G's a follower. G's gonna take their lead on are we gonna go for it again? Like that's what you would do.
You're giving Choyu the we doing this look?
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think both of us are just completely winded.
Oh yeah.
And I'm just like I think I'm looking back at you kind of with that same thing, like oh, do you want to like try again, or do we just sit here and wait the time out?
I think G will say, I don't know what sudden death will entail, but I'm kind of tired.
Yeah, I don't want to die.
I don't think. No, I don't want to die either. Yeah, we want to. Shall we?
Shall we
climb?
And I think Choyu just gives you like a really soft smile, and they say, "You're on."
And it seems that both competitors have conceded the match. So we will go to sudden death.
Hold on.
Yeah?
I'm so sorry.
Okay.
My I don't know if that was sorry. I could have been so much more clear. I meant climb right now so that we wouldn't have to do sudden death. That would just like I don't know what it was interpreted as like by Jay and you obviously thought it was go to sudden death. I could have been much more clear. What were you thinking, Jay?
Do we know what sudden death is?
Good question.
No.
Okay. Yeah, so I think what I was trying to
character.
Yeah.
I think it'd be funny if they made us fight each other. Because I think you
God.
would win, assuming I couldn't use bending.
I think if it's okay, I'd like to try to retcon it that was more clearly communicated as, do you want to just do this last like climb so that we don't have to go and do another round of something?
Yeah.
Is
and
that
that's
okay?
that's how I interpreted it too. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
cool. Yeah.
That was my falsehood on that. My
No
apologies.
worries. I could have been so much clearer.
Give me 2 push your lucks.
1 from each of us or 2 from each of us?
1 from each.
Got it.
Sorry. Clarity.
We're doing great. I got a 7.
I got an 8.
Ooh.
Lucky number.
It's the final seconds. You're at that first obstacle again. Each of you has found like that dig deep energy, the last 150%, the last 15 above that you've really reached for. And both of you are leaping between the walls. It's not as graceful as it was the first time. You hear the crowd counting down. 10, 9, 8. You're both almost dead even on it. 7, 6, 5. Choyu turns around, and G, you do too, to position yourself for that jump. And you just feel it in your arms. If you need just 1 second to prepare for it. Choyu does not. And Choyu makes the jump. 4, 3, 2, and lands it. Just like a hand above where you're at. 1! The prince has conquered the beast! The band attempts to play the finale song that they had prepared. It half comes out because half of their instruments are in different people's hands. So it's just sort of like a blare of noise with music intermingled. Everyone's cheering. Everyone is rushing up. Everyone is ecstatic. And I think we'll go to the quote unquote closing ceremony after this break in commercials. We're going to give our players a brief 5 or 10. And hey, how about you take that as well? Maybe go get yourself a drink. Maybe go take care of some of your bio needs. And we will be back soon. Thank you for being here on this lovely Saturday. We'll see you soon. Don't go. Don't change the channel.
Hello.
New poll. What's worse? Eating oatmeal that is chunky with chopsticks or drinking oatmeal soup? I can't even say because I'm looking at Ellis. Or drinking soupy oatmeal because you don't have any clean utensils. So vote in chat. And also I have 53,000 channel points, so
Nikki's gonna rig the vote.
In GMing games, it can often be hard to wrangle people in chaos. I've given up pretense with our group here. You know, it's just, we come back from break, we break out oatmeal, we talk about soup and drinking it. That's exactly all the energy you can get every Saturday for the next couple ones for Avatar Reclamations. Welcome back for the break. I saved it. I brought it back. There we go. Kind of. Who cares?
thanks
Not
for
me.
the subs, Maya.
Oh my gosh.
I want
thanks,
you
Maya.
to romance Colonel Sanders
So bad.
now. Right now.
Right now.
Incredible.
Nikki and I are warring in this poll.
You're not the only one.
I've got some channel points
I
to
just
spend.
used all my channel points.
I am
I'm
still
dropping 'em.
at 49,000, so good
I'm
fucking luck,
simply-
everybody.
I'm not even touching this fight with a 10-foot pole. I've never had oatmeal. I don't think I should be involved in this.
Okay, sorry.
As the person
we
who
should get back
currently
on the
has
rails.
was eating and finished. I finished
You
it.
finished the
Soup, of
oatmeal.
course.
Just won the thing.
All
We're on
right.
the rails.
We're on the
Focus.
rails. We're on the
Doing
rails.
great.
And speaking of being on things, Show You is at the top of the podium with G.
I got you.
I'm like actually sorry about that one.
Are you?
A little bit, yeah. I gotta calm down.
You know. Show You is at the top of the podium with Ji Young in second and Shoza in a respectable third place. Each of you is being awarded your respective medals, a bronze, a silver, and a gold. And
real
a
gold?
huh?
Is it real gold?
You want to do the bite
Bite
test?
it. Bite it.
Yeah, I want to bite it.
Yeah, you bite it. That's real gold. It made a dent. And everybody in the crowd kind of gives you a look as you do that. And then the announcers bring up a literal wheelbarrow full of bagged money.
Oh, I don't need that.
Do you say that?
No, it's out of character.
Immediate heel turn.
Immediate.
I don't need this
The
fucking money.
revolution begins.
Oh, man. And a lot of pleasantries are exchanged. Folks are like coming up and shaking each of your hands. The announcer comes up and just says, real terrific stuff. You know, when y'all approached me for doing the obstacle course, I'll admit it, I didn't think it would be you three, but congratulations. Hell of a show.
Thanks. Thanks.
I gotta take a nap. Like real bad.
Yeah, that would make sense too. And then the announcer just gets shoved essentially out of the way as every single royal from the Royals box floods around Show You.
She's
And
backing up as fast as she can.
Yeah.
Shows it
And
has
Magistrate-
frozen in
Come back.
place.
And
Like all
Magistrate-
bodyguard instinct gone. Just like, I gotta get out of here.
And Magistrate Pin is leading the troop. Magistrate Pin is just, oh, what is a good word for this? He is obsequiously fawning over Cho Yu. just that sort of like, oh my gosh, you're not, the way that you saw, it was so incredible. Your talent, your power. I knew the family young, and just like, he's saying like 3 separate sentences at the same time and just like skipping between each of them and just pouring adoration.
Shoza is going to step between Magistrate Pin and Choyu and look at Choyu and say, I don't worry, I got this. Junsho gets like this sometimes. And Shoza just puts their hands on Magistrate Pin's shoulders and just looks them in the eyes and said, it's gonna be okay. You're all right. Breathe with me. Take some breaths in, and then we're gonna do it out. All right. You're just super stimulated right now. It's good. It happens.
I think this is a comfort roll, and I think I need you to roll with harmony.
Okay.
Shows a neurodivergence whisperer.
I also think that G will have recovered a little bit from like I don't know what came over her, but she's like, I gotta get in there and help.
Yeah.
So she's also like now she's just by Choyu to try and like mediate a little bit.
I got a 6.
Okay. That's technically a miss. And he does sort of back off a little bit, but every chance he gets, he's still going to throw every amount of praise that he can heap at Choyu. But like, it's not a neutralization. You just sort of like backed him off a little bit, if that makes sense. Okay. Yeah.
I think what happens is that he ducks under Shoza's arms and then just walks around Shoza to keep talking to Choyu. And I think Shoza doesn't care enough to push the point.
That's fair. It's like, breathe with me, be here. And you just see him like connect for a moment. Yes, you're right. And then just the immediately like anime duck and suddenly you're like 5 feet away right at Choyu and just being like, the most amazing young family's name sung for centuries. I cannot. Oh, and shows and oh my god, and G and just like all over the place. And then he sort of is tapped by a couple of the other royals who are like, okay, dude, this is a little too far even for you. And you see him sort of become flushed a little bit and then remember his manners and not deeply bow this time, but he does do the pop, but he doesn't hit into you. It's a respectful pop. There's no danger. He's backed up. And then he just says, would now be a good time to address the festival in your official capacity? Or, of course, it's up to you to be done at any time you so wish.
I think as soon as he mentions the speech, Choyu just feels like their heart stop a little bit. And I think like a little voice in the back of their head is just like, you should just get it over with. Do it now, get it done. And I think they're like, where's Satya at? Because Satya has my clothes that I need to be wearing.
I was just about to ask where Satya is in all of this.
Satya has made a lot of acquaintances throughout this entire interaction. She's like, hey, how you doing? And she's like slowly trying to make her way away, trying to find the top of G's head and focus on that and just go. So she is making her way over. However long that takes, I don't know.
And as you're making your way downtown, walking fast, faces past, and you're homebound. As you're trying to sort of like make your way through the crowd respectfully, you just hear a very surprising move as Izuko kind of appears out of nowhere and just like essentially just yells at the entire crowd. and like just that quiet like withdrawal of people like shuffle back, and Izuko just like gives you a toothy grin and smiles.
I like you. And she'll just like start walking a little bit faster.
Yeah. And where's Jinsho as well?
Jinsho's wherever Shoza is. So like after
Sure.
the arm wrestling thing, she's probably still on Shoza's back or shoulders or something of that nature.
Got it. Cool. And the five of you will, I was going to say reignite. What's the word?
Reunite?
Reconvene.
Reunite.
Reconvene?
Reconvene, reunite together.
Reunite sounds a lot like reignite. I would, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I get that.
And you all are
They set us
reunited.
on fire!
Fire! And everybody at the festival burst. No, I'm kidding. Wouldn't that be a way to end it? You all are reunited at the podium with the crowd now sort of dispersing and people going back to other festival festivities, but Magistrate Pin's still sort of waiting on Choyu's answer.
Yeah, so I think I'm sure there's actually like a scheduled time for their speech. Like it's probably an event, like the keynote speaker at an event. It's like the royal address. I'd like to imagine it's like late afternoon by the time this obstacle course thing is over. And
maybe even early evening, like sun's getting a little low in the sky.
Yeah. Because what I'm picturing, and you can say no, but like, I don't think you told us what this festival is like actually celebrating, but like if one of the core things of this festival besides like the athletic events is like a big feast, because maybe that's like one of the purposes of Choyu being there, so that there's like a big feast meal or something, that the address is supposed to come before the meal, where like everyone has like their tables or whatever, and then like there's like the table on the raised platform thing that the royal family and all the royal people sit at. And that's why my mom wanted someone there, because someone's supposed to be there for that. And so I think that is technically where I'm supposed to give this speech. Is that okay?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think
feasts are fun.
Feasts are fun. So I imagine
it's like a Ren fair. That's how I'm picturing
it's kind of
the vibes.
The vibe is kind of Ren Fairy. It's sort of like people are showing. It's really one of the first. So I guess to contextualize this festival a little bit, this is a relatively new thing which has started occurring because previously everyone was at fucking war with one another. So interloping and having cross-national like festivities, not a thing.
The Olympics.
It's kind of the Olympics. It's like those old world fairs. That's what it is. It's like the old world fair where people would like get together and there would be main events and big addresses and like inventions and stuff shown about. And I definitely think that the Feast of Royals, I think, is an appropriate name for this. Like, it's very dated and very traditional and would absolutely have been a holdover from things. And it's very much the thing where it's a hot ticket VIP thing. Like, not everybody in the festival gets to attend the Feast of Royals, but it is a thing you can watch occur. Like, it's a feast that happens, and sometimes people, commoners who aren't allowed access to it, will like come up and sit and watch it. But like, who wants to watch a bunch of rich nobles eat? Some people do, but like, it's not
That's
exactly
so
a main
weird.
draw. It's very weird, and it's definitely one of those leftover power moves from like the olden days of like, here's the way that society works. You know what I mean? So yeah, Feast of Royals. I definitely think that's a thing. Yeah. Where you could give your address at the beginning. Yes. Is that what you want to do with that? Okay.
I
cool.
think that's what I end up telling the magistrate, that I need time to like rest and also change my like
Yeah.
get back into my ceremonial garb and whatnot. Yeah.
And Magistrate Pin will just be very understanding. Of course. Take all the time that you need. If you need the feast postponed, let me know as well.
Oh, no.
Anything
no
to your
for that.
benefit. All right. Well, then we'll see you when the sun touches the rim. So, like, once the sun has hit sort of the horizon, appropriate time. And he will bow a little more slowly, a little restrained, and then walk off with his sort of entourage of nobility, who all have been appropriately facing you and bowing to you and acknowledging you. And now it's just you six.
As soon as they leave, I'm turning to G and Shoza and everyone else who's there. And I think Shoyu's just going to say, I can't believe I did that. And I'm like specifically looking at Shoza, but I'm also just like, holy crap.
It was
Yeah, I
super
figured.
cool.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I thought kind of like, I mean, you're just like a little guy. I figure you need like some pep, maybe something to lift you up. I figure, I mean, what is the worst that could happen? I got a bronze medal. Did you see this?
That's really cool. What's the design on yours?
They turn it around. It just says 3, which I think is the place.
And in point of fact, each of your medals, you can see just 1, 2, 3, gold, silver, bronze.
She is like I don't think she's ever gotten like a medal before, so she's trying to play it cool, but she's like really happy right now. Just sort of like she's got like she's like touching it and like holding it in her hand around her neck.
I think at this point, Satya probably gets there close enough and is like screaming and just still on 10, like, oh my God, you guys are so cool. And it's like not okay yet. Has not calmed down, still riding that high.
Junsho pats Shoza on the head. Maybe her next.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I don't know. It didn't work on that one guy. I wonder if I don't know. I'll give it. And Sheza walks over with Junsho on their
Junsho
shoulders.
goes, warm your hands first. It
yeah. Okay.
That
All
really
right.
helps with the yeah.
Okay, here we go. Hey, Satya.
Yeah.
And then Sheza just puts their hands on Satya's shoulders. We're gonna take a deep breath in. And we're gonna take a good breath out. And we're just gonna everything's gonna be all right.
She like leans into Shoza a little bit and is
Shoza just gives her a hug and pats her.
She is so body tired now, like just wants to take a nap.
I can picture Junsho like leaning down from on Shoza's shoulders to like do like an awkward like hug, like group hug.
And she'll like walk over to G and just like put her head on her chest, like, you did such a good job and I'm just so proud of you. And to me, you won. I'm tired now.
Oh, yeah. G is gonna just sort of like put her hand like on her head and start like stroking the back of her hair. And be like, yeah, I would love a nap. I would love a nap. I don't think I've ever taken a nap before, but I'd love
food.
Huh?
Food. Let's get more food. I think y'all need food.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? Actually, that sounds really good.
Let's get some carbs in you.
Shoza points at G. You did really good. You're super tall and strong, and that was
Thank
pretty
you.
cool. I don't know
You
how
did amazing too.
this
I heard
one got the better of you, but
Choyu is simply skilled.
he's very impressive. I'm really proud of him. But I just wanted you to know, because you're probably flying high on your number 2 medal right now, and you're looking at my number
Big
3
fan.
medal, and you're like, oh, I don't know. But I did destroy the boulder in an arm wrestling match. So
I was just
Oh,
about
did you?
to ask. I heard
yeah.
the sound in the distance while we were like
oh yeah, that
about-
was
it
the
was like
table
this-
breaking.
Okay,
Mhm.
I
That's
never doubted
incredible.
you for a second.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
so glad you got to have that fun moment. With
I'm
people.
I'm pretty strong. So just think about that, for the future.
I know you're strong, Shosa. I could like.
Well, yeah, I mean, I got like muscles, but just know, like, I know my way around different competitions and stuff. So when you come for
Totally.
the throne, just
When I
remember.
come
for the throne, bow to the king.
Yeah, kind of like I just remember that probably the strongest guy I've ever met. I broke him like a little doll in my hands. So
Gotcha. I will definitely keep that in mind.
cool. Okay. Good job though. You're super
Thank
fast.
you.
I heard
You did
somebody
amazing.
yell and then a lot of people move. What was that about? And Shoza looks around for Izuko.
And you just see Izuko standing by the wheelbarrow, literally full of bags of coins, and just like looking at them. Is this ours?
I mean, Shoza looks at Shoyu. I think it goes to the winner, but I mean, we're with Shoyu. I'm Shoza. I do that
I
a lot.
mean, Chuyu's like our like not the boss, but the person who definitely cuts our paychecks. So
Yeah.
kinda
Oh, Shoyu's the captain?
sure.
Yeah. Well,
We don't
yeah.
really have one anymore. Remember?
Oh, what
that
happened
one
to the
was a
last
dick?
one?
Oh.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oof.
But anyway,
Yeah,
Oofa
he
doofa.
was. Yeah, not great.
real trouble. But that's okay because we're all here for each other now. And let's get food.
I need to change.
Sheza takes June and lays June in the barrel full of bags of money like a fucking baby, and then picks the wheelbarrow up and just wheels it towards like wherever the food's being eaten. Let's go, come on.
Fatih will take off the clothes that she's wearing.
Can we go to the changing tent to do that?
She's like pulling her shawl off to like do the curtains again, and then when Shoyu's like changing room, I'm like, oh.
Oh yeah. Sleepily just puts everything back on.
I think for a costume change, I think Shoza stays in their competitors' clothes and doesn't even remember that they changed clothes. So from just now on, they have like the little Fire Nation cape and shit. Like that's just their outfit now.
It's because the animators only had budget for one outfit for Shotsu.
Yeah. For this episode, yeah.
Yeah. All the budget was spent on Choyu's ceremonial garb.
So while the two of you are getting changed, G, I'm assuming, is going with Satsuda and Choyu by extension. The food. Again, there's stands of all sorts of fried doughs scattered throughout the festival. When the feast occurs, it will occur at the mouth of the Cave of Two Lovers. And it has a little roped off raised area with an even further raised royal table. And when the Feast of Royals occurs, most of the common folks still mill around in the festival and eat the stands food. So there's plenty of available food to go around. It just depends on what you're looking for.
Shoza is walking around, just looking at all of the different stuff. And they want to eat all of it, so they have no idea what to eat. And they look at June in the wheelbarrow. What do you want? Would you like, is there a preference that you have that you want to eat? Because I kind of want to eat all of this.
Well, Izuko?
Oh,
And you... Sorry?
Are we still splitting stuff?
Yeah, we can.
I mean, if you can't eat as much as me and Shoza, that's understandable. We kind of eat a lot.
Oh yeah.
But if you want to share, we can still share. So we can try different things or more things, or I can get the things and you can try some of mine. If you can't eat as much as us.
I'd be all right with that.
Okay.
I do.
All right, so let's get and she rattles off like all the different things. So she wants like the like a corn dog. She like just like covers that thing in mustard and ketchup. The spiral potato, the
Yep.
spiral, and then they fry it. They get one of those. Some deep fried Oreos for sure.
Yeah. Izuko's eating deep fried noodles. Like, she's kind of questioning how they deep fried noodles, but she's still eating them with like soy sauce dabbed on.
Shoza sees this, and even though they wound up eating it, they remember that Izuko went for the deep fried lizard. And Shoza sees them eating the deep fried noodles. And Shoza says, "We got a rebel over here. You're wild. I think this one will eat anything. You go for the wild stuff, huh?"
They'll fry anything. It's really good.
It's true. It's really cool. And Shoza's like saying all of this while just putting random food in their mouth.
Yeah. And I think we see a shot of the trio of you sort of like darting through different points in the crowd, like shoveling different things. Like, there may be a fried shoe that Shoza is eating at one point. Yeah, what's up, Jay?
Oh, I like the visual that they're wheeling around this.
Oh
this,
yeah,
the wheelbarrow of
full of
my
cash.
winnings.
Yeah.
But then they get a second wheelbarrow for all the food that they're buying.
Yes.
So then there's two wheelbarrows, one with food, one with money.
It shows us just like going back and forth pushing each one.
And Jinsho is in one, and Izuko is now in the other with like a little bit of a busted gut.
Shoza's holding the left handle of one and the right handle of the other, and pushing like both wheelbarrows together
at the same time.
Out of the way! Out of the way!
We are a nuisance.
Oh, it's awful. Yeah,
it's a nuisance. It's awful. People are like trying to come up to Shoza to like congratulate you, and you're just full wheelbarrow mode, like
full mouth wheelbarrow.
Every time they come up to be like, "Oh my god, you got third place in the obstacle! That's so great!" Shoza's like, "Yeah, I beat him pretty bad. I crushed his hand right through the table. It was pretty awesome."
And everyone's just like, "The fuck is this talk? What? Who's what?" Like, Izuko at one point is eating fried crickets. These are surprisingly like popcorn.
This one's wild. You'll eat anything. This is cool. I think Shoza is now like finding the weirdest stuff at every stall and be like, "Did you eat this one? Here you go.
Yeah.
Check this out."
There's a deep fried corn dog in a hot dog that's been fried on a stick that like she just tears at with surprising abandon. Like, the combinations of food are getting wacky. There's like a noodle burger. Like, things have gone off the rails at this point, and food no longer makes sense with what is being acquired. Yeah, like fried pickles are there too. Yeah.
Mac and cheese balls.
Ooh,
Mac and cheese balls. Yep. Oh my gosh.
Deep fried sushi.
Deep fried. Yeah. Yes. Deep fried sushi. Absolutely.
I haven't
sushi on a stick. Sushi balls. Like cake balls.
I haven't even had most of this like food, and I'm hungry right now. Like, I don't even know what I'm hungry for. I'm just hungry. What the hell?
Sushi balls.
Oh yeah.
I got some deep fried oatmeal.
God damn it.
Fried chunky oatmeal with chopsticks.
And we just hard cut on the deep fried oatmeal to the other three finishing changing up. And I imagine G is probably standing guard outside, is where I pictured you. Okay.
Yeah, like leaning, like normally she'd be standing upright, but she's like leaning against the thing, like, oh, yeah, I can do this. I'm awake.
Okay. I'm gonna, if it pleases the court, I'm gonna give you an action, and then I'm gonna cut into Satya and show you, and you can choose when you give the information, or if you do. Or if you interrupt, if that makes sense.
I think I understand, yeah.
Okay. You want to give me a assess situation?
Okay. Oh. Ooh. Oh. Hold on.
Oh?
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 Huh?
Will?
Whew! Ha!
6.
6?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's tired.
Yeah, she do be tired though.
Do I not see anything?
Yeah, no, I think your tiredness is probably getting to you.
Cool.
And it's that con thing of you're around so many people.
Oh my
This
God.
is so much crowd. The
She's like,
adrenaline coming down combined with the super overstimulation of what you just went through is like, you will know if anybody approaches this tent with any ill harm and like you've got the situation on lock. But like you're just really like, yeah.
I have an awareness of the 10-foot radius around me, and that is it. Everything else is nighttime.
Yeah.
It's like in
Basically.
Among Us. You can only
Yeah,
see
it's
the little
literally
circle
it's
around
just my little spotlight.
The world takes on a fog of war, but just for Ji Young.
you. This is the part of the musical where you have a heartfelt solo ballad
I'm
Yeah.
just like half asleep in front of a
called
changing
The
tent,
Obstacle Course of Love.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I was gonna go Chicago John C. Reilly song, but that's so much better.
Well, I'm glad G doesn't see anything. Let's.
Yeah, that's fair. So we'll cut in from G taking up a position at the door, away from the chaos of food, just whatever that is, and go through the curtain and see Satya and Choyu finishing up redressing in their appropriate clothes, and Choyu about to sort of muss yourself up. That's not the right word, but like do yourself up to look even more presentable and royal, I guess.
Yeah, Satya's a little bit more awake now, because she's been like respectfully looking at Choyu and like the ways that their stood have changed because they're kids. They used to get dirty and like take off their clothes and like go swimming and all that. So it's different now.
It indeed is. And I like to picture like when the camera like comes into the tent, we're seated at like a mirror or something and you're helping me do my hair again. Cuz I think like are there showers in the Avatar world? Would I be able to shower?
Well, canonically, you already have. So
True.
you showered in an earlier episode.
That's
you
true.
Maniac.
Oh, I did shower. I super did shower in
I feel like they'd be able to
yes.
rig it,
Yeah.
Avatar.
There's
They're flying
waterbenders.
ships.
Cool thing. It goes through a bucket.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
picturing.
Okay.
Interesting. The shower was invented in 1767. So, given where Avatar technology is at this point, I don't think a shower is unreasonable to have been
Okay.
invented. I don't think
Okay.
it's very rudimentary. It's probably like holes in a bucket, you slide a little thing, it comes out. Like, it's not
Makes
a lot.
sense.
but
Okay.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about my shower from the episode 2. Totally forgot about that. But anyways, so I think I've showered and now Satya's helping me do my hair.
Okay.
And I think I pull out the little scroll from earlier. And
You mean skull?
no!
Solid
A
callback.
scroll. Yeah, I know. This is what happens when I watch every episode before we do the next episode. I get all the callbacks. But I pull out the scroll that my mom I'm assuming she like slipped it in the supplies with a little note or something like, oh, you have to read this thing. And I pull it out and I look at Satya through the mirror and I say, so I have to give a speech today before the feast. And just like and I turn it around to show you and I'm like, look at what my mom wants me to read. And like you look at this scroll and it has like in my mom's handwriting words. And specifically I point to like the bottom where my mom has written basically the last couple lines is I look forward to when I assume the throne and am able to be your monarch. and I show it to Satya, and I'm like, look at this.
Satya, like in character, will do such an exaggerated eye roll and says, well, like all the other stuff is fine. You can say that any way you like, but I don't know. If that's not what you want to promise to your people, then don't promise it. What you gonna do? Like come up on stage and make you say it?
I don't know. It's and I just like keep like looking at it and like fiddling with this piece of paper.
Will you regret not saying it? Not because your mom might be angry, but you personally. Would you regret not saying that?
It's just kind of like I feel so much pressure to be this person. And I don't want to let them down. That's the last thing I want, but I also don't want to do it their way. Like this isn't me.
Well, I know we haven't seen each other for 5 years, but from what I know about you and what I've seen recently, you're already doing a fucking great job of not doing it their way. But you were born to be a leader, not just because of your blood, but because of who you are. And I think the city really needs you, and they will need you one day. I think that is you. Maybe you don't want it to be right now, but it is. So if you want my advice, say the speech, but don't read from a script. Just say what's in your heart. And stop feeling guilty for being yourself, but also stop putting that part of yourself, the royal part, the part with all the responsibilities, stop putting it on a back burner. Embrace it. And I think you'll be more happy.
I think Shoyu just sits in silence, thinking about all the things that you just said. And can we do one of those balance moves? I don't know which one, but something where Satya would be trying to help or like recenter me.
Yeah.
Because I'm one away from my center now.
I think what that is, because you're one shifted towards freedom, right?
Yes.
Okay. I think the move that would be to be a call out. It's a very quiet and private call out, but it is still a direct call out. Like, and you can disagree with me if you want to, Christiana, but like you're openly calling on someone to live up to the principle of Choyu's role, right?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So will you kindly make that roll for me?
Me make the roll? Okay.
Yeah, you make the roll.
Oh.
12. Wow. So on a hit, they are called to act as you say. They must either do it or mark a condition. On a 7 to 9, they challenge your view of the world in turn, mark a fatigue, or they shift your balance as they choose. So that didn't happen. So it's just a flat hit. They are called to act as you say. They must either do it or mark a condition. So and this will play out. So it's a player decision at this point, and we will have it probably at the feast, right? If you choose to keep in line with your role at the feast and sort of act on the advice that Satya gave you, it will reset freedom to your center. It will reset your balance to your center. If you choose to act against that, you will need to mark a condition. And yeah, that'll be interesting. Do we want to kind of time skip to the feast?
I'm on board
I think
for
so,
that.
unless Shodza and Junsho wanted to do anything else.
No, I like the idea of us rolling up to the feast though already full.
Yeah, super duper. And like with a little bit of stains here and there on the lips and like mouths from weird food consumed. Choyu, Satya, and Ji Young all walk up pretty stately and like well put together. And y'all just roll up with your 2 wheelbarrows, one full of money, one full of discarded fair food, and
a very full
Izuko, and a comatose Izuko.
Just like draped over it, snoring.
Yeah. KO, just like knocked out from carny food.
She looks tired.
Yeah, she's out. She eats some weird stuff though. It was pretty wild to watch.
Yeah, I've
She is
seen.
longingly. Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that she is longingly looking at the sleeping Izuko, like, yeah, nap. And that's
the stuff.
Yeah.
Actually, when we leave the tent, now just kind of physically and maybe a little emotionally drained, Satya will just kind of like reach up to G. Please pick me up.
G immediately is like, yeah. You want piggyback? You want
Piggyback.
piggyback? Okay, great. I assume we've done this many times, so we get right up in it. No problem.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
The feast has sort of been prepared and it's waiting for you. And there have been made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 extra seats at the end of the table to accommodate your friends. Like Magistrate Pin didn't even ask. He just assumed they're with you. They're sitting at the table. Like that is a given.
100%. Choyu would have asked if they didn't do that.
Yeah, for sure. No, but Pin, obsequious Pin, how he lives his lifestyle and fealty to the crown.
Can I ask? Sorry.
Yeah.
What does obsequious mean? That's such a fun word. I've never heard it before.
Obsequious means very obedient and attentive. It's like, what is the word for when you're acting as a servant? Servile. It's very like.
Got it.
Very like, yes, absolutely. It's almost like to an excessive degree, like gone beyond that. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. I like learning new words.
Yeah, no problem. And the feast is all set up. You see the announcers have their seats at a table nearby. You see the Boulder was able to come here. A lot of the competitors are actually at the feast itself, including some common folk who probably bartered to get a ticket and are excitedly at a table, excited to be eating traditional foods. And Magistrate Pin just comes up to you and says, your friends are welcome to dine with you at the table, of course. Anytime you would like to do the speech. And just sort of gestures to not a podium, but that rounded part at the front of the raised section of your eating area that's clearly meant for someone to stay there.
Is Satya next to me on the table? Like who's sitting next to me?
I imagine so.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
People, I think, like recognize us in a way. So I would imagine if there was a seating chart, we might be put together.
I'm I'm imagining the seating chart is probably, and anybody can tell me if I'm wrong on this, but Choyu, Satya, G, Shoza, Junsho, Izuko. Yeah, okay.
And we're like the entire stage right,
Yeah,
but the
you're
left
entire
side was stage
yeah.
right of the table.
Yeah, you're the entire stage right at the table. Stage left is Magistrate Pin.
Who's to my left? Pin.
Pin's to your left, and
Gross.
2 toadies of his attendants. Yeah.
Cool. So I think before people start eating, I think is when the address is supposed to happen, and I get up to do that, and I look at Satya, and I feel like she can feel the waves of anxiety coming off me. But I'll stand and I assume walk around the table to get to the front of the area.
Sorry, super quickly.
Yeah.
As Choi, do you think as Choi is getting up to leave to go to the front, and they look really anxious. I think as they're standing, G will really quietly lean over and say, "Do you want me to come with you? Just stand behind you." It's okay if not, but if you want it, I'm here.
I think Choyu just gives the smallest of nods, sure, yeah.
Okay. G's gonna just follow like she does with Satya, just right behind. Stand there.
Okay.
And I think Choyu will wait for everyone to settle down and be quiet because I think people were talking or whatever.
Yeah, it's that quiet pre-meal talk where everybody's having calm conversations with their dinner neighbors. But literally the moment you get around the corner of the table and it's clear you're moving to the front of it, everyone's conversations taper off at an appropriate pace and all eyes turn to you. And you see
Great.
you see about a dozen tables down each way and then a half a dozen at the end. And waiters at the ready in the center to open things up and bring the meals to everyone. And you see a larger crowd than expected gathered around the edge of the feast because this is sort of the first time a royal has actually attended one of these festivals. And to have it be you is also very special to the people of the region. And to have it be you after just taming the beast has gathered actually a rather large crowd, one which has never been seen, I would argue.
I like to imagine that there's a big family crest that I'm supposed to wear with my ceremonial garb. And in addition to that, I'm wearing my medal.
Hell yeah. And as you get up to speak, and the quiet is dying down into that, you just hear a couple people, "The prince!" And it's the little pop-offs in the crowd as things are getting quiet. It's not a full chant, but it's "The prince, yeah!" And a couple errant claps.
Mm-hmm. And I think Choyu will just take a deep breath. Good evening. It is. Thank you all for coming to this festival, and I hope you all have had a wonderful day of events, feasting, eating, competing with one another as we gather here to celebrate our unity. It's my pleasure to be here, and I think they have their parchment in their hands, and they just keep glancing down at it and looking back up. I, Yang Guiwang, Crown Prince of Amashu, I convey my sincerest happiness at being able to enjoy this wonderful festival with all of you here. I hope someday that I will be able to see you all on occasions such as these, when I can assume the throne and serve you all as your monarch. And they kind of just pause, sort of feeling the weight of those words. And they roll their scroll up because the last two lines of the speech that their mom wrote are cheesy as hell. They didn't want to read that. And they just say, I am beyond proud of our people and everyone here, and I will be proud to serve you all. Thank you, and let's eat some good food.
Junsha looks at Satya. Do we clap? Like, am I supposed to clap?
Thunderous, immediate applause. Prince, 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 young, young, young. Just crowd cheering, like the polite clapping from the feast attendants is just overwhelmed by everyone on the side of it, just chanting in unity. Mark
Shows
one back
a-
to center, by the way.
Ooh.
I will do that.
Katya will
Shows
start a
a-
standing O.
Oh yeah! As soon as Satya starts the standing ovation, Shoza stands up with enough force to knock their chair out behind them, and they put one leg up on the table, and then they sparkle fingers just start shooting sparks into the air, and they just shout, "The beast!"
And an interesting thing happens as you start hearing the cheer. Originally, it's two different groups of people. It's a Prince, Prince, Prince chant. And you hear young, young, young chant. But eventually, they're all chanting the same thing. Prince Young, Prince Young, Prince Young. And you just hear from the crowd, every Earth Kingdom person there is just pumping their fist high and also sort of just doing that like really enthusiastic unity crowd thing.
And I
And-
think I'll turn
Mhm.
around to the table. I assume I have a glass of something. And I'll turn back to the crowd and just raise a toast to everyone. And I think Choyu will just say, "Thank you. Let's. This is for all of us, for peace in this land forever." And they'll raise a toast.
You raise the toast. Every single person raises the toast as well. All of them seated. And from the Prince Young, you hear it. It's quiet enough that it's definitely a single voice, but loud enough that you hear it begin to cut through. Let us feast! Let us feast! Let us feast! And then the crowd begins cheering, and it becomes a little bit disjointed. You hear, please, Prince Young, let us feast! And people pleading, and you can see all of the nobles and VIPs' heads slowly turn as they realize a much larger crowd is surrounding their very closely tethered off dining area that has much fewer people and no security whatsoever. There is just a piece of rope between the feast and
Oh
this
my God.
crowd chanting.
Completely breaking any tradition. We'll see. There goes my center. But I want to step off the platform, and actually no, not yet. I'm turning to Pin, and I'm like, and I think I'm gonna ask him, why doesn't everyone else eat? Because I'm just like trying to figure out, like, because I've never been to this festival, so I don't know what the traditions are.
They're the common folk. He's just panicked. It's panicked Pin. He doesn't have words. He doesn't he's completely
Shoza,
shock
As I
frozen.
say, you
Shoza
see
has
Junsho gets mad
already
at that.
Shoza has already gotten up and walked over to where the rope is. They haven't removed it or anything, but they're just looking at Shoyu.
And so I think Choyu just puts a hand up to stop Pin from just babbling.
Yeah.
And they'll say, I'll fix this. And they turn back around, and I want to walk off the dais. I don't know how to say that word.
Potato,
And
potato.
walk all the way back to the back where all the other people are. And I think they're gonna try and like raise a hand to like get people to quiet down so they can talk again.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone would quiet down. Yes, the crowd quiets as soon as you do that and make it intentional that you are doing this. Yes, they would quiet immediately.
And I think Choyu will just say, I think something that you all should know about me is I am not like my parents. And I think all of you should be able to partake as well.
Shoza, do you drop the rope?
But yeah, 100%. Immediately.
And I had an idea, like, if could I like earth bend more tables, because I assume there's not enough space for everyone to sit. Like,
Yeah.
that's why I wanted to move to the back so that I could like just
Describe the motion. Yeah, let's do it.
just completely center myself, like really solid stance of my legs, and I think I like do like a very like defensive crouch. And I think as I'm going down, I just tell the crowd, like, watch your step.
Yeah. Watch your step. Rope drops. And how did the tables appear?
So as I'm crouched down, I think I just slowly go from like this very like 90-degree angle crouch up, and as I like slowly raise up, the ground sort of does a little rumble shake, and like basically like rows of tables, long communal tables, just rise up out of the earth. I hope I don't like kill anybody.
I'm not going to
But-
make you roll for it. Yeah.
But yeah, it's an immense like focus. I'm very focused on this, and I throw my whole body into this very slow, deliberate movement.
And it's like a chain of them pops up, down. You know, like that rolling sort of sensation as they pop up and settle. And the moment the rope drops, the crowd just floods in. People immediately then take it to unhook the rope at other points of entry. And in a moment, this cordoned off feast and festival just explodes. We see, I'm going to do a quick flash montage, if that's okay. We see Magistrate Pin pointedly and hurriedly directing all of the waiters and the staff to bring more food from the kitchen, which is mocked up in the mouth of the Cave of Two Lovers. So people are running in and out of it with platters and dishes and so much more food than they were anticipating. And you see the energy of the festival just change. Yeah.
I'd like to, and like you can shoot this down, but I think what would be very appropriate is if, like, by the time Choyu gets back, Pin is like kind of freaking out because and he might say something like, like, oh, how are we gonna pay for this? There's so much people, blah blah blah. And I think Choyu will, like, the camera will whoosh over to that wheelbarrow of winnings that Choyu got.
Yeah.
and they'll basically say, like, we can use this because the part of the festival budget went to the winnings, but now we can reallocate that for more food.
Yeah. And that transaction totally happens with Choyu and Pin making the money flow and greasing the wheels and getting this thing. Once that part is in play, then everybody's like, oh, we're getting paid for this. All right, time to hustle. And you just see the hustle kick in immediately. The festival's energy completely shifts. This feast becomes the nexus. People who were off doing other things hear the energy from a distance, and suddenly hundreds and hundreds of people are all at this festival. Earthbenders are conjuring up tables for people. Waterbenders are filling glasses. Everybody is like community, companionship, camaraderie. The 3 C's, and that's a thing. And let's give final character montages. We have Choyu's. What are the 4 of you doing in this melee of people coming together and sharing drinks and intermingling with people who were previously not allowed to do? Anybody got a shot they want to add into it?
Yeah, I think that Junsho and Izuko, as soon as Shoza goes to the rope, Junsho taps Izuko and starts going into the kitchen to grab more plates and cups, and has been running around just putting out setting the table for everybody. And lighting candles with her bending, and just making just so proud of Chuyu, because this is very much who she is.
And Izuko is going to help booster the cooking elements in the kitchen. A lot of firebenders are in the kitchen making the meals hot and quick, but what ovens and rudimentary things have been brought in there, she's making sure that each of them is working at capacity. If something breaks down, she's on it, fixing it as well. She's helping you get silverware and plates. She's sort of expediting the back of house, and you're sort of doing the run on the pass, I would imagine, after that.
Yeah, because I feel like Junsho's not built for interfacing with humans.
Yeah.
But she can run. She's fast and small, and so she's dodging people left and right and getting under things and hopping over benches and stuff like that, getting all of this stuff out there.
Yeah. And what would Shoza be doing?
The
the dart between. Yeah.
So I think Shoza's little scene is actually them. They've been helping move stuff out of the way, and they're essentially just I think they are both moving stuff out of the way and using their big presence and voice to kind of not necessarily direct people, but communicate things over the crowd, yelling and stuff. But I think they somewhere in that they find a kid who, fuck, god damn it, Nikki, I want to sell so bad right now. That sounds so good. Anyway,
what's his else?
It's a
fried
chicken place, local Seattle.
And they I think kind of in that they reunite a lost kid with their parent. I all of this made me think of this because I think my mom has done this at literally every fair we've ever been to, which is terrifying to think about from some directions. Like, there's always a lost kid. Why? But my mom is always that person who's like, okay, sweetie, we'll take you to an intercom. Come on, we're going to find him. Like,
Fair.
it's like always her. So I think Shaza is like, finds this kid's parent. And I think they like take off their third place like bronze medal, and I think they give it to the kid.
Nice. And as that kid is stoked, and like we see Shoza just sort of momming people around and like directing the energy and flow. What? Conquer the Beast Kid. Hell yeah.
Conquer the Beast Kid.
As this is all going on, where would G be in all of this?
I think G would be, and it would depend a little bit on what Satya is up to, but G is trying to be with Shoyu, helping in that however she can and being present however she can, but she's also trying to kind of do the same for Satya, or at least like have an eye on her the whole time.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's sort of like
yeah. So assisting Shoyu, sorry for the burp. Assisting Shoyu in duties and like getting things communicated and run, and then slinging back to where Satya is, which leads nicely to this.
So Satya would take a couple of bags of the money and start running over to where all the food vendors were with like just the normal fair food, because she can see like, you know, the food is coming, but not fast enough for all the people. So just like throwing a bag of gold and taking everything that they have and bringing it over as like appetizers. Hopefully it just like tide people over until the main entrees can come from the kitchen and the waiters.
Yeah, that's lovely. And as we see the feast begin to settle into it, with Choyu directing the energy, with Shoza helping those who may have been forgotten and at the edges of it, with Junsho working in tandem with EasyCode to get the back of the house food out and get everything arranged, and G assisting both Satya and Choyu in their duties, and Satya bringing in even more food from the common folk to have an intermingling of fine dining and fair food. We freeze frame on a moment where we see all of them doing their respective duties to the dish, to the feast. And we see that it is actually a picture that someone has taken at the edge of the crowd. And it's very sepia-toned. It's very old-fashioned. It has blurs. Shows is probably partially blurry as well with how quick they're moving. Junsho as well. But we see everyone energized and happy, and there is not a single sad face in that frame. That is where we will end this week's session.
Yeah.
Also, mark 1 point towards freedom, by the way, Choyu, because,
Okay.
yeah.
I got centered and then immediately, nope.
Yeah.
it's equal.
But I love it.
Give and take.
So that is episode 5 of Avatar Reclamations. We are over halfway done. We have finished our mini-mid arc, and we now have only a few episodes remaining. So join us next Saturday, where we begin the final run towards the end of our second half. And yeah, let's commence with brief outros. I'm Riley Gritch on Twitter and Twitch. I do stuff like this, help do games and make funny threads, and sometimes I make sense in new non-English words that are still somehow English. But yeah, great game today. And I'll kick it over to Ellis.
Hi, everybody. My name's Ellis Smith. I use the pronouns they, them. You might have heard of those. They're pretty cool. On twitter.com, I go by Hekvetica, Hekvetica, where I talk about TTRPG stuff and also general just design. Let's see. My favorite fair food is churros. It's delicious. And I will pass it off to Jay. Take it away. Boop, 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 boop.
Oh, hey, that rhymed. Hello, everybody. Thanks for coming to today's episode. I had so much fun. I am on Twitter at NalaWoo and also at NalaDraws if you want to see my artwork. I am a professional artist, illustrator, concept developer, etc. You can see my portfolio on NalaDraws.com. Besides art, I also do voice acting and sensitivity reading, cultural consulting, freelance work. Love to work with you. That'd be cool. Other appearances on Wednesday, this upcoming Wednesday, I am playing Urban Shadows 2nd Edition over on Friends Who Roll Dice. I'm playing the vampire Dr. Talise Wong. So that's this Wednesday at 8 p.m. That's episode 2 for that one. Yeah, follow me on Twitter to keep up with all of the random bullshit that I do. Yay. I'm going to pass it off to Maya.
Hello, my name is Maya. I use she, her pronouns. I had so much fun today. My face hurts from smiling. I am at Anxious Maya on Twitter and Twitch. If you enjoy Critical Role such things, I post bad Critical Role memes on Crit Role memes on Twitter and Critical Role memes on Instagram. Just because Ellis did it, my favorite fair food is cotton candy.
Oh shoot, I forgot. I like the waffles that have like some kind of layer of sugar on it. I don't know. I haven't been to a fair in a really long time, but it's almost
got
like
you, though.
fried dough in a waffle shape.
I know
Then you
exactly
can
With the
put
powdered
like
sugar on it,
Nutella
yeah.
on it or
Mhm.
something. It's just it's so good.
For the record, elephant ears. Just scones and elephant ears. I guess that gets us to Chris. Yeah, right? Yeah.
I forgot to pass it on. I forget every
It's okay.
time.
It's okay. It's okay.
Your character dies.
It's very dramatic. Plot. Hi, I'm Chris. I use she, her pronouns. You can find me on the socials at Carpe Christi, like Carpe Diem, because I was 12 and pretentious, and I've just stuck with that. I lost my train of thought, but I just sometimes do other cool things. I'm going to be in a little D&D podcast coming up soon, so I'm super excited to announce more info as I'm allowed to share. And I'm sure Nikki will talk about it more, but we're doing a cool Vampire the Masquerade thing next Tuesday, and I'm super excited to play my character Dawn. She's really creepy and just really cute. But my favorite fair food, because I'm Midwestern trash, is corn. It's like
Just corn?
It's corn that's boiled and you put in a cup, and then you put it's like
corn in a cup.
Yeah, it's like an elote, like the Spanish street food, but like it's instead of mayonnaise, you use butter and like cheese and then like whatever other spices you want. But yeah, it's pretty good. Take it away, Nikki.
Yeah, so I'm Nikki. I am trying to romance Colonel Sanders, so make sure that you subscribe so that I can play I Love You, Colonel
What are
Sanders
we at now?
on stream. When we hit 25 subscriptions, I will be doing that. I decided to just extend the deadline because, I want to play that game, and I want people to have a chance to see me play that game. What else? What's coming up? Okay. So we have Vampire the Masquerade on Tuesday, Lost in Miami, that's being run by D, aka It's the Riddler, and that one's going to be great. Chris is playing a cult leader. My character is a 1930s spy who killed Nazis, and we have a couple other really cool people like our non-binary drag persona and a super hot witchy person. So definitely check that out. It's the same cast as our Tin Candles stream. Saturdays, we've got this going on up until March, where we will be doing our masks campaign, and that will be really cool. And I feel like I'm gonna forget something, but tune in the last Sunday of the month for our next episode of TTRPG the Talk Show, where we will be meeting with Jess and Gwen from the Uncaged Goddesses anthology. So that'll be really fun.
I worked on that thing.
Yeah, I love Jess so much. If Jess and I lived in the same city, we would be best friends. And so I'm excited to have her on the show again. And then, what else? I think that's it that's going on the channel. So yeah, check out all the other cool stuff that we're doing, and also subscribe so that I can romance Colonel Sanders. Yeah, that's all. Bye, everybody.